Great day to all. Great day to all. I hope everyone's doing well today on this beautiful Wednesday. Okay, today I'm going to jump right in it, and I want to talk to you new and future Lyft drivers about toll reimbursement. Toll booth. Toll reimbursements. I know a lot of you all wondering if Lyft will reimburse you for your tolls. Well, I'm going to break it down to you. Here on my channel at Rideshare RealTalk, I have done videos about toll reimbursement in the past. I may have left a few things out, but for the most part, I'm going to update that so you all can get a better understanding. Now, toll reimbursement is tricky, okay, because it don't matter, okay, because in the maps, in the Lyft app, you're going to have 3 different maps. You're going to have Google Maps, you're going to have Waze, and then you're going to have the Lyft app, okay, which is basically tied to Google Maps. Most all of them are tied to Google Maps. I mean, in some way or another. And they'll tell you, some people say, yeah, just go in the settings of the map and cut off the tolls. This is what they'll tell you. And that way you won't get any trips that's going to take you to tolls, through tolls. That's bullshit. On all 3 of those maps, at some point, a route is going to carry you through a toll. Now, this is the tricky part, the tolls. So you know, if you're a Lyft drivers, you please pay close attention to what I'm about to tell you. When you're driving on a Lyft platform, Lyft will send you a trip to go pick someone up. When you accept that trip, it's going to take you on a route that's going to eventually carry you through a toll. To pick the person up. Now, this way it gets tricky. If you go through that toll booth and pay that toll to pick that person up, you're going to be responsible for that portion of the trip. And here's why: because the driver is not present in the vehicle. Remember, as a new and future Lyft driver, you only get paid from the point of pickup to the point of drop-off. So if the rider is present in the car when you go through the toll booth, then they're going to reimburse you whatever the toll fee is. If the rider isn't in the vehicle, that's your responsibility. Same way it works as when they send you a trip to go pick someone up. You're not getting paid to pick that individual up. So if you got to drive 10 miles to pick that person up, that's 10 miles worth of gas that you're going to be responsible for. Then when you pick that individual up and drop them off 4 or 5 miles, you get paid for that, which will probably be maybe $4 to $5, depending on what area you're in and depending on how many cents per mile you're making off of that trip. Tolls, you got to know your city or the city and state that you're driving in. So when you get a trip, when you accept a trip and you're en route to that address to pick that person up. If you determine that route is going to take you through a toll booth, then you need to reroute, because you're going to be responsible for that toll. That toll could cost as much as $5 to $6 to $7. That trip that you're taking is only going to pay you $4 or $5. So if you pay a toll for $5, $6, $7, you just drove for nothing. This is why I tell you, tolls can be tricky. Now, as long as the passenger is in the car, you will get reimbursed if you go through tolls to drop the individual off to the destination. So a lot of you all gonna say, well, why would Lyft send us through a toll that we got to pay for if we're not gonna get reimbursed for it? Those maps that's embedded in the Lyft app, they all fucked up. They're not synchronized. Google's supposed to update those maps. Waze and Lyft supposed to update their maps. Well, those maps are the reason a lot of drivers lose a lot of money. Oftentimes, I know you drivers, oftentimes you new drivers that's driving, you all have ran into people that say, hey, why the map is taking you this way? This ain't the route that the maps take the other drivers. And this is what you tell them. You say, well, they may be using a different map in the system. The map that I'm using is taking me in the direction that you're going. It may be different from any of the other drivers, but all drivers don't use the same types of maps. That's all you can tell them. Don't do no rerouting. Don't do none of that. Because, see, what that's going to do is that's going to confuse you, and then it's going to lead to them being a backseat driver to compensate for them basically already being late. You know what I'm saying? So they're going, the drivers are to blame for everything. Oh, the route that you're taking is going to make me late. You should have left out of the house at least 20 minutes before. Then that way you would not be late. Because there could be technicalities on the route that you're going. Traffic could stop. There could be an accident. Or something could happen to the driver. So either way, you stand a risk of being late. So yes, you people understand, you new and future Lyft drivers understand that as long as your passenger is in the vehicle, you will get reimbursed your toll fees. If you go through a toll, if you go through a toll and pay it with the passenger in the car. If the route that you're taking, if the route that the map is taking you on is sending you through a toll to pick the passenger up, that's your responsibility. So if that toll is $8, you got to pay that $8 to pick that passenger up. When you drop that passenger off, that trip only paid you $9 or $10. You made $2. You drove all those miles for $2. So this is why I'm telling you, new and future Lyft drivers, this video right here is something that you all need to focus on, because the tolls are tricky. Yes, they're going to tell you, just turn the maps off. You got some old drivers, hey man, just turn off the tolls in the map. You do that. And then you come back and let me know about 30 days later. I guarantee you that the maps are still going to carry you through them tolls sometimes. It's the trip structure in the maps. You know what I'm saying? And those trip structures is what keeps the drivers off balance. They claim they got all these types of filters. Hey, you can set a filter and stay in this area. You don't have to go outside that area. You don't have to do this. Well, if you do that, you're not going to make any money for real then. Unless you're in a very high demand area. And then those filters, they're still going to take you outside of the area at some point. And then then you're going to have to drive back to that area. Because whoever you're picking up in the area is going to take you way out of that area. You know, the information that I leave on a daily basis is to help new and future Lyft drivers. And some older drivers that may not know certain things. You know, here on my channel at Rideshare RealTalk, the information I'm giving you all is from the heart. Because when I started driving, I didn't have the information that I'm providing you all with. Everything that I've learned through hardships. I've already been through it, so you all won't have to. All you all have to do is take time and look at my videos to the end. You never know what jewel I might drop. I would like to say to all of you all out there that I love you all, and I hope you all love me back. You know, the world is full of hate and animosity and people beating down other people's characters and things of that nature. You know, loving someone may appear hard, but it's the best thing to do because in the end, it'll make you feel better. I would like to say to all of those who haven't subscribed to my channel to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you can stay in the loop for my latest video and my latest lives. I would like to say that I fully support the striking and protesting efforts of Lyft and Uber drivers and gig workers from city to city and state to state. I fully commend you all for you all's unselfish approach to fighting for change. Hey, even if you don't get any change, I commend you all for you all's unselfish approach. And I'm with you 100%. Until my next video, let's get this bread, baby.